Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week. Just two old guys talking about, it's a year old. An old game.
A newer game, older game.
Old and
you decide.
Yeah. Listener, you decide. So today, we teased it last week, so today we're talking about Showering with Your Dad Simulator 2015.
It's the full title is Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015, do you still shower with your dad? That's the full name of the game, which I think is hilarious, which means it's going to be the title of this episode. Because I feel like I need to respect the creator.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you did really good on this name. You nailed this name, so I can't truncate it to increase our SEO. So what that means is this will be our least listened to episode we have ever done. Because Google is going to take one look at the long name and be like, no, dog.
Oh, man. So I guess this is our longest titled ever.
I think it is. I think it
Okay.
is our longest title ever.
So, but first, I'm your bearded host, Tyler. And did you shower much with your dad, Dave? Have you ever showered with your dad?
Yeah, I have.
I have never showered with my dad.
Really?
I don't think I'd ever took a bath with my dad or anything, period. No, I mean, my first memory is my second year of preschool. So I guess it happened before that, but there are no pictures of it. No one talks about it.
No, you don't.
I don't think
that.
it's a thing.
No, I don't think many people do document.
I mean, I've seen
young
pictures of
boys
like
showering with their dad.
I've pictures like Ryan and I in the bath together and stuff
Yeah.
like that, or just me.
Maybe Ryan was your dad.
Maybe. But I do remember as far because you hear the joke. I forget what comedian started it, and it's been used 200,000 times by everybody else.
That's probably a good joke. Sounds like a good joke.
Yeah, about when I have a son, I'm going to show him my dick once. So then he thinks his dad has the biggest dick in the world. I do remember walking in on my dad in the shower one time. And I was like,
Were you like,
damn,
daddy?
damn.
Look at that wiener.
Look, what are genetics? I was more baffled by the sheer amount of body hair my dad has.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, I didn't have pubes, so I was more
Right.
astonished to like, oh my God, because
know.
my dad has so much chest and leg and arm hair. He's Robin Williams-esque.
Yeah.
So that blew me away more than anything
No
else.
manscaping?
No, please.
Too manly for that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, plus I can also imagine like my dad, I remember, because I've told you this when I was little, like going to bed, I would kiss my mom on the lips. And remember, I'd try to kiss my dad on the lips, and he'd be like, no. Boys don't kiss boys. And he'd kiss me on the cheek and give me a hug. So that play wherever Ramona and I had to kiss, he did not go see. Didn't go see that one.
Because of that? Or like how did you even how would you even begin to bring that up? Daddy,
I
kiss a boy in this play.
You know that my old roommate that used to call ramen? Yeah, him. Remain ramen, because you can't say Ramon no matter what.
Daddy, please don't come to my play. I have to kiss a boy who's not white.
I kissed a Mexican boy.
So that sounds like a play your dad probably rushed out to see. all Kentucky men in their early 60s love to do that.
My dad and Tim York both just dying to go see their sons kiss other boys. What's Murray State doing to our sons? Oh, we're going to watch that.
When I was in middle school, I actually considered getting into theater because I thought there's a chance that I could kiss a girl. That's like an actual thing.
Yeah.
Never in my wildest dreams did it enter my mind that I might kiss a boy.
Yeah, I've never kissed a girl in a play. I've only kissed a boy. So yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think. Do I have any other pertinent dad or boy kissing information? I was a jock in that show, which is weirdly enough because the director was gay, and because I told that story about flirting with the stage directors or whatever.
You manipulated this man,
right?
Right.
But I guess in this way, he saw me as like a athletic type. It's like, oh man, your straight dar is way off. So yeah, that's my dad story. That's all I got.
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. I am your bespectacled host. And to kind of piggyback on your mention of body hair, your dad's body hair. Let's clarify.
Mm-hmm.
So in case we lost the listener, we're not talking about Ramon's body hair. We're talking about dad's body hair. I remember the first time I was walked in on in the shower, and it was by a cousin of mine who is probably 6 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked in on me in the shower. I was at his place, and I was showering. He came in there, and I just happened to be getting out of the shower at the time. So it was just like, well, here we are. Like, this is what's happening. And of course, like, that's what I say. Like, I was really cool about it, but I was horrified.
Yeah.
And he was horrified because it was one of those moments where it's like the door opened, and then like before our eyes met, like I saw his eyes just like scoping my ween, and not in like a man, look at that,
No,
it wasn't that either. No, it was not a loving look. It wasn't like a look. It was
or
definitely
depressed look.
Yeah, not impressed. Definitely a look of shock. And then he
That's a penis.
The old man, he ran out of the door and slammed it shut behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, oh, I don't know what to do.
He knows who's bigger now.
I don't know.
He's not
Yeah,
gonna
I
tell me.
know. Yeah, I'll never see him. He'll never show me. So I finished, I towel off and put my clothes on. I'm like, I don't even know how I'm gonna address this. Like, is this a thing that I have to tell my aunt? Like, I mean, what do I do? So I got out, and fortunately, I love my aunt. She's always been very straightforward, and like she wants to like get to the point of things and just fix things, smooth things over just as quickly as can be. So I get out of the bathroom, and she walks up to me and she says, "Your cousin told me what happened. Everything's okay. He is just scared about that he's gonna have so much hair as you do." And so that was it. It was just like, all right, well, I guess I have to a 10-year-old, I have an abnormal amount of pubic hair. So that was a weird sentence I never expected to say out loud. So you're welcome, Internet, for sharing. I do remember showering with my dad. I don't know when that practice stopped. And it's also one of those things where it's like
some still say it hasn't.
Yeah.
You could press the unpause button at any time.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. No one forgets how to shower with their dad. It's just now you don't have so much dong in your face. It just slaps your leg every now and then.
It's just at eye level, just locked in at each other, just like,
Yeah. But the thing that I do remember the most about showering with my dad when I was a kid was him saying, "Face that direction, don't turn around." So I also remember I wanted to talk about showering, like anxiety that I've had like throughout my life. Like, I don't like to shower in public, like a lot of people do. I'm sure a lot of people love to shower in front of strangers. I remember when I lived in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I used to go. This is when I would go with my dad when he would work out, and he would want me to lift and stuff. And I wasn't like good at it or strong or like really even interested in doing it. So it was always kind of this like burdensome experience for both him and I. Like, I'm not putting the blame on, I mean, well, I should put the blame on me because I just made it a miserable experience for everybody.
Well, not many like little kids like really just want to go just lift some weights, want to do some squats.
Well, in his defense, I was like middle school, like I was like 6th grade. So like I feel like he was probably like, well, he needs to like get stronger because I have a very weak son.
I know him, and he's going to deal with a lot of shit. He needs to lift weights.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he always doesn't want to face the right direction when we're showering, so we got to get this boy strong. So I remember we would exercise. I love the running part. We would do the running part. I love that, and then we would lift or whatever. He would lift, and I would whine and complain.
Run first, then lift.
Yeah, that was usually his thing. And this was after like his bodybuilding days, so I don't know like how try hard he was. I think at this point in his life he was just like, don't be a fat slob, don't be a fat slob.
Yeah.
Kind of what I'm going through right now.
Don't look like saggy Ric Flair.
Right, yeah, exactly. So when we would get done, we would shower because it was like we would be sweaty, and there was a shower at the YMCA, and we would have to go shower. And that was honestly, if I had to like give you, like if I could pinpoint to you top 3 reasons of why I didn't like exercise, it was because of the shower at the YMCA.
If you had the option to just go home.
Well, see, and we did have that option, but my dad, like after he's worked out, like he just wants to be clean.
Oh,
He wants to
man.
be clean, like before he gets in his car, like he just wants to be clean. And this might sound crazy, but I feel like that's a generational thing. Like I feel like people in our parents' age range, like when they were in high school, they showered after gym. Like I feel like that was a thing that they had to do.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have I like to opt out because I'm uncomfortable showing my wiener to boys. I think like at that time it was just like the coach was like, fucking deal with it because you're not going back to class smelling like a big old bag full of wieners. So you got to soap up and clean up. So he was like always insistent. Like he had to take a shower before leaving or he'd be miserable the whole ride home. So we would shower. And we wouldn't shower together because I was at this point in my life where I could handle the logistics of showering.
This where if somebody else saw you, it was questionable.
You're right. Yeah, exactly.
Do we look enough alike that people would be like, is this okay?
Is this your boy that you're showering with? Man, look at all of that hair that he has. You must be so proud.
No, he was just in here. Take a turn. Here you go.
This is just the YMCA.
He's the YMCA provides this boy shower caddy.
Courtesy boy. This is the courtesy boy. Enjoy.
You have a tool belt with soaps and shampoos. And you just walk around naked in the shower.
I'm done with them. My shower's done. Do what you want. So I remember we would kind of split up, right? And I showered there once. And when I showered there, it was just old men washing their balls, essentially, is what, just like unabashedly, just like getting in there. Like, this is what we do in the YMCA shower.
At an
We
age,
just
I guess,
wash
like
our balls.
Yeah, oh, man.
Like, there wasn't a whole lot of like chest and under the arm. And it was like a lot of the focus was in the ball region.
Yeah.
It was almost like a free, like, I can look at other men and touch my genitals kind of area.
Yes, no one else is looking at it, so you're going to do it here. I wonder if that happens at a certain age because, like, of all the... I've never showered at a gym, be it at school or
That's what I was
working out
going to
afterward.
ask, if you ever showered
Never,
at school.
never once. Never comfortable with it.
I
found spray-on deodorant.
Yeah.
Worked well. It would cool me down. Smelled stronger. Good protection. So I would just, change right there. Spray deodorant. That was it.
I did once. I showered at school once because what happened at our school, we had to do PE, which if you're not from Kentucky, PE stands for physical education. I think some like schools still do gym or whatever they call it. Health. Yeah. So I remember the first day of PE, my freshman year at high school, we get done with whatever we did, jumping jacks and running around, high school athletic shit. And I remember it was like, okay, we got 10 minutes till period's over. So if you want to shower, you can. So it was just like the boys and girls split up. And what happened was the boys, we all went to the locker room. No one stayed out on the bleachers. Everyone went to the locker room. And then we all just kind of like looked at each other. This is our first day of class. We don't know each
You were
other.
all freshmen. It was a mixed.
Oh yeah, we were all freshmen. So we're all just kind of like looking at each other. And then like what do we do? Do we just get naked now? Is that how this works? And then without saying anything, because we're not discussing this, because we all want to feel like we're shower experts. Like we need to like you don't want to be a shower dummy in the middle of PE class. You gotta know what's up. So we're all trying to like act cool, but at the same time we don't know what to do. And then like one guy just starts getting naked and like goes to the shower and he takes a shower. And then it was like, my heart sank when that happened because I was like, oh, damn it. Someone did it. That means that like more people are going to do it.
We all have to do it.
And I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. And everyone did it is what happened because it was like everybody was like, well, that guy did it. So we have to do it. Yeah. And then that was the first and last time I ever showered in PE because it was a miserable experience.
I bet.
It really was.
I never got that far to do it once. And all my classes, all my gym classes, PE, everything it was always integrated. Like, I guess in middle school, we were just middle schoolers. You had the option of showering. I think I saw one kid one time. And the only time I ever even took my shoes off in the middle school locker room, I got athlete's foot from it.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, not in middle school. And in high school, like, my freshman year, I had gym with seniors. Like, and that was a horrible dodgeball experience.
Yeah, no.
Like the senior baseball team pitcher was like, I got hit in the chest by one of those. Like, it was always brutal. And so, like, yeah, I mean, a lot of them would shower, but I never once.
What happened to me was, I think this like kickstarted my lifestyle because it was like, I don't want to be super sweaty for the rest of the day. I also don't want to shower. So what I'm going to do is during PE, I'm going to exercise the minimal effort. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to try to reduce that level of sweat so I stink less.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's thanks showering.
Because I would always bring, whenever I had it, like, I would just make sure I changed clothes or I washed my gym clothes and brought new clothes every single day and then had the spray deodorant, and that was always sufficient for me.
After freshman year, I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Because we just did PE for freshman year, and then we could choose whether we wanted to do PE or health. And I was like, I would like to learn about the reproductive system from someone who probably, I'm sure he knows what it is.
Did you have the baby? Did you have to, like, carry around a fake baby?
No, well, I had to carry around, what was it in middle school? I think a bag of flour. I had to do that. But no, we didn't have fake babies.
We had robotic babies that had like Tatler systems basically in them. So for like a 2-week period in health your freshman year, they would like basically like duct tape this small plastic key on a bracelet, onto your wrist, and gave you a baby that random periods throughout the day, it would just cry, and you had to put that key in its back and hold it from anywhere from 30 seconds to 20 minutes until it stopped crying.
What you don't know is that was a real baby. And this is a progressive daycare experiment.
Highly trained baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Like just super, they're special babies. They're special babies that they entrusted with freshmen in high school.
And it always sucked because like unfortunate kids would have like homecoming week and just be carrying around their babies with their bracelets. They'd have their homecoming dresses, go to the homecoming dance.
Why do that
carry
during
around
homecoming?
Their babies?
I guess to make a point.
The only kids, the only kids who could take them off were like the basketball players. Only if you were an athlete, you could take it off during the course of the game. But then like a teacher would be there to duct tape it right back on your wrist as the game was over.
I'd like to say like they're already being like, you play sports, it's fine. You don't have to take care of your kids.
Yep. Life lesson all the way around.
Yeah.
So I think mine only cried once. Like I thought, mine malfunctioned. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I got an A. It only cried one time.
They were like, you were just like a super.
You were the best
cool
dad.
Did you shower with this baby? We need to ask you that.
I had to shower. Baby was right on the sink or outside the shower.
Awesome.
Yeah. You want to talk about the game?
I do. I do want to talk about Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015 : Do you still shower with your dad?
Dave, you hear that?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't hear that.
Man, I cannot do an approximate baby robot crying.
No, that's what I picked up. Yeah, I do hear that. I do hear that big old train car full of robot babies. Which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Tyler, there's a reason I didn't hear that train. It's because it does not exist. It blows my mind. Like I say this,
Wow.
I've said this before sarcastically, but for this game, I 100% mean it. That it blows my mind that this game does not have a Wikipedia entry. Could not find it on Wikipedia. I can read you
The Steam description?
I can read you the Steam description.
Okay.
If you would like.
Sufficient. Dave Reed from Steam.
I do have to enter my age. There is an age gate, so this game does contain nudity.
It does have pixel wieners.
It does have nude dads. All right, here we go. Okay, guys. Dave reads from Steam. About this game. Epilepsy warning. This video contains flashing images. Please note that the censored version shown in the above screenshots and trailers are for public marketing images only. Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015 in-game genitalia remains 100% uncut. That's a wiener
They're
joke.
all uncircumcised.
Wiener joke. What is it, Tyler? What is it? Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015, Do You Still Shower with Your Dad? Is a fast-paced shower simulation where you shower with your 8-bit dad. Features. Fast-paced dad showering simulation. Includes 3 dads. That's likely more than the average amount. 3 different game modes, including Enduro Dad, Dadathlon, and Dad Divisions. OST included. I didn't know that. I didn't know I got the soundtrack when I bought this game. What else? Featured on Comedy Central's At Midnight with Chris Hardwick. Did you see that episode?
No. I love At Midnight, but I don't remember that episode.
This is what Chris Hardwick had to say. You know what I like? In the 8-bit world, all dicks are equal.
It's true.
And then the final headline on the game description is why, with 2 question marks, and the answer to that is why not. So if you haven't gathered yet, this is a game that's released on Steam. It is a Windows exclusive, it looks like. So I'm sorry, Macintosh and Apple owners. You are going to have to imagine your own pixelated wieners.
I went in because this game was like 50 cents, something like that.
It must have been on sale. It's regularly 99 cents.
Yeah. I went into it with the lowest of expectations, and I thought it was a fun game.
I thought it was a great game.
Yeah.
I thought it was an excellent game. I also went in with low expectations. I really did. But like the moment it booted up, like a computer from 1995 with like the bare minimum specs, like an old like 88 VGA card thrown in. Like the first thing you see is like you see like the load screen, like you're booting it from a floppy disk, and there's no music at first. It's just like the sound effect of like an old shitty processor just like struggling to load data. It's just that grinding, that ding, 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 ding. And then you see this screen as if you have illegally downloaded this game and it has been cracked. I don't know. I mean, allegedly, in the 90s, some friends of mine told me that you could download games and then apply cracks to them. And they would almost always have this screen where it would be like, crack sword by, and then there would be ASCII art where it's like, butt plugger. That's like essentially how this game opens up. And then once you get through that, you get to an actual game screen where you can choose your game mode and stuff like that.
Because I was amused by the title screen in the startup, and I went immediately to whatever the second option was, like
I believe that's the
Dadathlon.
And is that the game mode where you
you pick your dad and son pair.
Okay, that's Enduro Dad.
Enduro Dad's what I did first then.
Enduro Dad, you choose your race. You can be a white ginger dude.
You can be me.
You can be Tyler. You can be a black dude, and you can be what I assume is a Hispanic dude.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Or yeah, could just be a white dude. Could be a Hispanic dude.
I assume that they were trying to be.
Look at Bob's from Bob's Burgers, but only 8-bit.
Yeah, so maybe he's just like Greek.
Standard dad.
Standard dad.
Dad starred.
What threw me off about the ginger dad was that your son is not ginger.
Nope.
He's like
He
a
is
darker skinned blonde
Yep.
kid, which totally threw me off the first time I played as that pair because I loved it because it was like I was actually playing as a confused 5-year-old child because it was like I was looking around like, which one is my dad? I don't know. None of them look like me. And then I walked up to the guy with black hair. I was like, "Are you my dad?" No, you're not my
Wrong dad. Yeah, because when I saw that screen, pick your own, I was like, oh, clearly you have to be the black dad and son. That's clearly the superior pair here because that's the easiest to notice right off the bat.
Even though the name of the child, the black, I'm just going to call him the Hispanic dad.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the Hispanic baby boy, his name was Magnum. Did you notice that? Yeah. In case you haven't picked up on this yet, this game is fucking hilarious. Like this is the funniest game that I have played this year, like hands down. I think this is probably the funniest game that I have played on this for this show. I really enjoyed. Like the humor is very Tadpog humor.
This is up there with like Charles the Shut Up and Jam Gaiden.
God, you're right. I forgot. That is a really, really funny game. But yeah, I do feel like they're on
It's
equal.
in the same world. Yeah. They exist in the same world, probably.
Yeah, the same universe.
Yeah.
The Chaos Dunk, what it did to dads and sons all around the world is it created this limbo state where they just have to shower constantly. Because in the Enduro dad mode, it's all about you play as the child and you have to find your dad. Okay, so it's a big old shower. The stage is just a big old shower, and there's 3 dads showering at any given time. One of those dads is your dad, and you have to go touch him. You got to nuzzle right up to your shower daddy, and you have to make sure that you don't touch one of the other dads. If you do touch one of the other dads, it totally gives you a wrong dad.
Yep.
And this like incredibly, like, I laughed so hard the first
Where
time it
Enduro
happened.
Dad, it's game over.
Is it game over?
And then I think in Dadathlon you get like 2.
Yeah, you're right. You get to keep going. Yeah. You're right. It is game over. It doesn't just ruin your streak. But I love when you touch another dad, when you touch the wrong daddy, this like dramatic lighting, like you're just spotlit on this like black background, which just like personifies like the feeling of public humiliation. Like it really, it's like when I was in 2nd grade and I called the teacher mom, like that's what happened. Like the room just went completely black and there was a spotlight on me.
Because it starts off very simple. Like you just 3 dads, find your dad, and then it immediately changes. You do it all over again. It's this constant puzzle of moving around and trying to get the right dad and avoid the wrong dads. And then the higher you get, then there are complications thrown in. And you unlock. There's tons of unlockables.
Right.
Modes or items to collect in shower.
So the obstacles that can stop you. Let's talk about those.
I think the first one is like a slippery when wet sign.
Yeah, like one of those sandwich board kind of triangle signs.
That just slows you down.
Right.
Not anything dramatic.
Right.
But then there's the water puddles.
Yes. Which
Those, anytime I lost, it was because of the water
that.
puddle.
Because you hit it and you just skid uncontrollably
You'll skid right into
across. Yeah.
Skid into the wrong daddy.
Just right into the wrong dad. Yeah. Some of the other ones, as you progress, the dads will all of a sudden respect privacy and they'll use shower curtains.
Yeah, so you have a split second before the shower curtain covers them up.
Right.
That was
you
my
got to
dad.
memorize. You got to memorize which one was your dad. Because what we're not saying is when you touch your daddy, all the dads disappear and then they respawn.
Yep.
So it makes it when those shower curtains come in, you have to like really be mindful of where your dad is.
Yep.
We'll just put it that way.
It's true.
You got to know where your dad is.
You can kind of cheat because once you unlock soap,
Yeah.
soap gives you double points, but it also, as long as you have soap active, the shower curtains don't appear on your dad.
I didn't know that. Interesting. And it lowers.
So if it happened to be on a stage where I didn't catch it fast enough, I just grab the soap and the shower curtains all immediately raise.
And soap's an unlockable. You don't start with soap. You have to unlock it. And once you unlock it, for whatever the next games you play, it's
always there.
Soap will spawn.
Which I'm sure there's way more. I mean, I could have put a lot more time in this game because I'm sure there's way more unlockables. But I got soap, which gives you double points.
I got that.
And then unveils the dads. There's a razor.
Yeah.
Which shaves all the dads. I don't know what that
I think
does.
makes it. I think it makes it harder, and it's hilarious
That's what I
when it
thought.
happens.
Yeah, because like this kind of sucks. And then the rubber ducky,
Right, which says that it negates or
minimizes
lessens penalties, which
yeah.
I don't really even know. Like I assume the
you
water
skid
puddles
slower.
I don't know.
So I'd be lucky if I would skid into my right dad sometimes.
Yeah.
I unlocked beer.
Yes,
Beer
which
not for
slows
kids.
time, right?
But also makes you drunk, and you have the flashing like beer is not for kids, beer is not for kids. That's all the items I unlocked. I unlocked Inglorious Dadstards.
Yeah,
mini game.
So there are mini games that are associated with each mode.
Mm-hmm.
So each mode of the game gives you an opportunity to unlock a fourth, fifth, and sixth game mode.
Yeah.
So you Inglorious. It's Inglorious.
I think it's Inglorious Dadstards.
Okay. That is that the one where you are in you're flying a
You're like
bathtub?
Flappy Bird in a bathtub, avoiding other dads and getting your dad.
Right.
You have to get 69 dads.
Right. You do have to get 69 dads. It seems like that was probably just an arbitrary decision.
Absolutely.
I thought that's the moment where the game went from like hilarious to, oh, okay, this is actually this is a cool game. The fact that this is in the game is amazing because how you get to the point where you're a child flying a bathtub while you're wearing a scarf and an aviator's headgear, you get to that through a virtual reality stage. Which is very like Tron-like.
Yeah.
You like it all of a sudden the game like your whatever boy you've chosen to play as now has like a VR headset on his little 8-bit face. The game goes into what I'd like to call 1981 3D mode, where you've got this like green grid with a vanishing point in the background, and then green hollow dads appear on the screen, and almost like in a Guitar Hero fashion, instead of notes that you have to hit, it's dads that you have to like guide your bathtub to get. And then once you collect all the hollow dads, then you go to the pilot the bathtub level.
And you can also shoot down rogue dads.
Yeah,
I thought that was much harder than just avoiding the dads.
Yes, because what I discovered is, and this took me like too many tries to learn this, but there are tricks to this game. Like it's very much like a Nintendo game where it's like, oh, all I have to do is just go up to the very top of the screen. And like none of the rogue dads will be able to get me.
Yeah.
And then when I see one of my dads, I can just swoop down, grab him, and then go right back up to the top of the screen.
Yep.
So that's 100% how I got through Inglorious Dadsters.
Let's see. Well, I unlocked another mini game. I can't remember what it was.
So there's a few other. There are a lot of other game modes. So the Enduro Dad is the one where you don't choose what.
Yeah, that was a lot harder.
What kid you're going to play.
Yeah.
What you have to do is you have to, you're assigned randomly a child, and then you have to match up with the dad. And so it's like you'll spawn, you'll be the black boy, and you find your dad. Once you find him, everything resets. And it'll randomly assign you another, like, okay, well, now I'm the white kid. And I got to find my white daddy. This game's very racially charged, by the way. And so it just keeps repeating that. And if you fuck up, it's not the end of the world because I think you get like 3 tries. So that game mode, I can't remember.
Oh, I'm going to interrupt you just because I don't want to forget the dad joke cutscenes.
Oh, instead of like loading screens, it's like dad jokes.
Your dad showering, telling a dad joke. Yeah.
I've got for example, here's one. This is an actual loading screen from the dad. There's a guy who looks like Oathbreaker Blake Woods, who's naked, sitting in his chair with his arms above his head. And it says, "Dad, where are the remote batteries? They ran out. I gave them away, son, free of charge." Nice one. Hashtag nice one, Dad. So in the Dadathlon mode, you can unlock. I think that's the stage where you unlock Sopico, which is a point-and-click adventure game. Which is, and so before I said that Inglourious Basterds was a moment where I was like, this game is brilliant. This is truly the moment where I was playing the game and I thought, this game is brilliant, because what it's doing is it is commenting on games of this era. Because the point-and-click adventure game is pretty much impossible without looking it up, because it's like it's this ridiculous thing where you're a dad and you need to shower, and the shower is broken and you have to fix the shower. And in order to fix the shower, what you have to do is you have to pull a urinal off the wall. Then you have to grab a towel. You have to light the towel on fire, put it in a bucket that you grabbed to make hot water. And then you take the hot bucket of hot water and you go over to where you pulled the urinal off the wall and you use that bucket of hot water on the pipe. And that makes the water hot. And then you go over to the valve to turn the shower on. The valve's broken. So what you do is you pull the valve off of the shower, the shower assembly. Mm-hmm. You pull it off, and then you have to find a wrench that's hidden under a caution wet floor sign, which, by the way, you can't pick up until the fourth time you try it. Every time you try to pick up the sign, it's like, there's no use for that. No, I can't do that. Taking this would be wrong. And then like on the fourth try, it's like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll just return it later. And then you pick it up and there's a wrench underneath. And I'm sorry, I got things out of order. You have to use that wrench on the valve on the shower to pull the valve off. So now you've got a valve. What you do is you go over to some graffiti that's on the wall by the urinals. You take the graffiti off of the wall, which gives you paint, which you then apply to the valve, which repaints it. And then you have to put the last step is you got to put the valve back on the shower. But if you don't put the caution wet floor sign back on the ground, you slip and die. If you do put the sign back on the floor, you're safe to walk back over. You put the valve back on the shower assembly. You turn it on, and you lather up with soap. Once you lather up with soap, you're like also a police detective, and you know that because you are you're from pants down or from pants up, you're waist up, you're dressed. So you start to shower, and your partner comes in and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing wasting your time with this? Come on, I drew us a bath." And then it's just this cut scene of two men in a bath with your partner rubbing your shoulders. And I messed up. It's not the Dadathlon that you unlock it with. You unlock it in a mode called Dad Divisions.
Okay, I didn't get that one either.
Which is a parody of Frog Fractions. Have you played or watched gameplay of Frog Fractions? No. Holy shit. Look up Frog Fractions. Okay. We might need to do Frog Fractions for the show sometime. But it's like a parody of Frog Fractions, and the way you unlock this mini game is so Dad Divisions. The object is you select whichever boy you want to play as, and different dads will fall from the top of the screen slowly. So if you see black dad's feet on the top of the screen, you have to hit the up arrow until you are the black boy. Mm-hmm. So you're constantly changing your race to match the race of the dad coming down. Mm-hmm. And then what you do is you actually use the mouse cursor to Mr. Fantastic style stretch your arm to grab the dad. So once you touch the dad, you have to like check and see what other dads are coming down the pipe, because if another black dad's coming down, you're good to go. You don't need to change race. But if you see like white dad feet coming down, you better change to white dad or to white boy real fast so you can stretch your arm out and grab them. So you unlock this game mode, the Sopico game mode, by grabbing a policeman. A policeman will fall down instead of a dad, and when you grab it, it instantly goes to this game mode. Did you? Let's see. Did you finish Inglorious Bath Dads?
Yep. Oh, is it Endured Bath Dads? I was totally wrong.
It's Inglorious Bath Dads.
Damn.
Yeah. The ending is fucking amazing. The ending is amazing. You get through it, and then did you recognize there's 2 parodies? Did you recognize the parodies that it does?
Is one like what, Rat Bad Dudes?
One is the ending of Bad Dudes, but instead of the president, it is your dad, and he's sitting at a desk, and he says the exact same thing that they say at the end of Bad Dudes, where it's like something like, "Good job, let's go out for a hamburger." Ha 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 ha. I fucking lost it, man. Then they sucker punch me because they hit me with that, and then the next screen is a still shot of the tombstone from Oregon Trail, and what it says is something along the lines of, God, I'm gonna fuck it up because it's so perfect, but it says something like, "Video games are dead," or something like that, and everything's horribly misspelled.
Rip game industry.
Yes, yes, exactly. Oh, and that's when it was like, this game is amazing.
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So it was definitely worth the money spent.
Yeah, not only.
And I can see myself going back to it because it was just a fun little game to play, even like the standard modes.
Did you unlock Dad with the Iron Shower?
No.
Dad with the Iron Shower is from what I know, the last unlockable game. And what happens is you do it in one of the modes because it's hard to keep track. But in one of the modes, all of a sudden you're the child, and you see your dad, and you run up to tag your dad because that's what you do in this game. That's the objective. You run up to your dad, and as you do, he fades and he goes invisible. And like when that happened, this was the first like extra game mode that I unlocked. I did not know what the fuck was going on. I was like, "Oh God, is this like a new element of the game? Like I got the soap, I got the razor. Is this a new thing that I have to figure out?" So I'm like, "What do I do? Do I go to another dad?" And so I'm looking around the screen, and I realize that there's a door that had opened that I didn't realize it at the bottom of the screen. So I go down to that doorway, and I go down this corridor that's very much like when you fight Magus and Chrono Trigger, and you walk up that rug, and there are these sconces that go thoom, 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 thoom. As you walk down the corridor, that happens. There's torches on the wall that light up. And then you get to this room, and then there is a ninja dad. You know that because from the waist up, he's dressed as a ninja. From the waist down, he's naked. And then there's 3 ninja babies. There's 3 ninja boys. And what happens, he says something like, "Outsmart me and we'll train you." Or outsmart me and I'll train you. And so now this 90-second endurance mode happens where the 3 ninja kids try to touch you. And if they touch you, the game's over. So you're trying to avoid them. And then all of a sudden, Ninja Dad starts throwing shuriken at you. And so you're trying to dodge shuriken. And then what happens is he starts throwing 3 shuriken at you. So it becomes a bullet hell, essentially. And then more baby kids or more ninja kids start spawning. And you have to like dodge more of those. If you get through all of that, oh, and what I love it, man, because like in the middle of it, you see like his text, but it's all like grayed out, like it's in your mind, and he's like, "I can see your moves before you even know what you're doing." And it's just like he's taunting you. I fucking love it. You get to the end, and he's like, "All right, I can train you." And then there's this long segment of you and Ninja Dad on a motorized scooter driving down the highway as you throw shuriken at other ninja dads and other ninja kids. Thor appears. The Norse god Thor appears. You can throw a shuriken at him, and I think he destroys everything on the screen. You get to the end of that, and like the end of Mario Kart, there is a a first place, second place, third place stairs. I don't know what those are called. And you're at the top at number 1, and then 2 ninja kids wearing different colors are crying at 2 and 3. Oh my God, this game, Tyler. Oh my God, this game. I played this game for like an hour and a half, and I honestly think I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like maybe I got all of it, all of the game has.
Now it's just be building the biggest streak.
Right.
You've seen all the jokes.
And I'm more interested in the jokes. But man, dude, for less than $1, for 99 cents, this game is a no-brainer. If you want to see all the jokes that I've spoiled for you.
Even spoiled, it's worth 99 cents.
Yes. Man, I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry about that.
I like this game and you love this game, so it's totally cool.
Loved this game. I couldn't wait to get over here and gush about this game. This game is amazing. Everyone listening to this should play this game.
Oh man. And it had achievements. Had tons of achievements.
Yeah, and they're pretty easily unlocked too, most of them. And like some of them are based on failure too. Like I know one is just like touch the wrong dad.
Like if you get the wrong dad like first out of the gate, it's one, or streaks, and then there are tons and tons of achievements. Did you have
a favorite game mode or anything like that?
It's the one, because I only played really the 2 of. I did way more Enduro Dad than I did Dadathlon.
Yeah. And I think Enduro Dad is probably... I really liked Enduro Dad. Yeah. I like the Divisa Dad, too. Man, we got to do Frog Fractions.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to do Frog Fractions.
We had decided for the month of June that we're going to continue with this dad theme.
Well, what a lot of people don't know is that Father's Day falls in June. Mm-hmm. That's a thing that happens in June. So, as a father, we're both fathers, you and I. Mm-hmm. So I feel like as a gift to ourselves, that this month we should just play all dad-related games.
Yeah, it's true.
So we're gonna do Dad and Me, right?
Yeah,
that's one of the games that we're gonna play.
A Newgrounds Flash game.
Yes, which looks like Castle Crashers.
It does.
We're gonna play Octodad, which is a game that I've been wanting to play for a long time. And we're going to play Don't Wake Daddy, the board game. No, just kidding. Unless you really want to do that, and then we'll totally do
That'd
it.
That'd be Patreon.
So what is the third one we're doing? I forgot. Oh, I think the game is called... Is a game called Who's Your Daddy? Or
Who's
is it
Your
called
Daddy?
Who's the Daddy? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
One of those, where the objective is... It's a 2-player game where one person plays as... a baby who's trying to kill himself, and the other player plays the dad who's trying to stop the baby from killing himself.
So really just the natural
just being
cycle.
a dad.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, just being a dad.
Oh, because we already have achievements. Do you have anything else to add about the game?
I do, Tyler.
Okay.
I've got a segment that I do sometimes.
Oh, man.
I've got a segment that we stole from Phil, although I said I was going to stop giving him credit. You're welcome, Sandwich Pope Phil. Called YouTube Comments. These are presented by... Tyler, the long-forgotten McDonald's mascot, Mac Tonight. Because out of all the McDonald's mascots, he's probably the dadliest. Do you remember him?
No.
Mac Tonight, you might when I mention it, because he is super creepy. He is the guy who plays the grand piano, but instead of a regular human head, he has a crescent moon head with sunglasses on. Do you recall him?
I don't know if I do or it's just fabrication in my head because of the word picture you painted for me.
There will be a link to it in the show notes. Hopefully I can find the commercial where he is crooning and playing a very sweet song. Everyone's going to love it. So these are YouTube comments presented by Mac Tonight. The first one I have is Penn State Simulator 2015.
That would just be Jerry Sandusky running into different kids.
That's the mod.
Yeah, someone mod.
Yeah. Oh, shit. The second one I have, and this is the most common comment on YouTube for gameplay videos of Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015 is, the fuck? Or some variation of WTF.
DAFUQ.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Let's see. I've also got, what the fuck? WTF. Lots of that. The final one I've got is one that says, shower with your dad. The score 69. All reference to gay porn. What porno is it based on?
No homo, just curious. Porno to be based on?
So, yes. And with that might be all that I've got to say about the game.
Good comments.
I do
Good
have,
comments.
we usually do this at the beginning of the episode, but I wanted to get right into talking about people seeing my wiener. So I forgot. We done goofed. This is actually pretty much all me. This is a me done goofed. This is not a Tyler done goofed. I've been slacking off.
I have a self goof too, by the way.
You do?
No one called me on it, but I realized it when I listened to the episode.
Okay. Do you want to lead?
Well, I referred to the user, or I forget what episode it was, but I referred to the leader of Paw Patrol, the police dog, as
shit.
Rocky. I was wrong. It's Chase. No one called me on it. As I listened to it, I was like, oh, I was so wrong. Rocky's the recycled dog.
Rocky's the
not the
boxer.
police dog.
I'm glad that you clarified that. I feel bad. I noticed it when you said it, and I was like, oh, that dumb motherfucker. He doesn't even know who
That
the
piece
leader
of
is.
shit.
God. And I got home.
You care nothing about your daughter's interests.
I couldn't sleep. I was so filled with rage. And I couldn't tell Nikki about it.
Kid is just going to grow up wrong.
No. I have to intervene. I have to do something to save this poor
That's how
child.
Dexters are born.
That actually is like what happened in Dexter. You think that he's witnessed a murder, but no.
No, he just watched
Turns out-
Eureka's Castle on it. Bog and Batley, the two. No,
Oh man, Eureka's Castle. There's got to be a Eureka's Castle game that we can cover on
I
the
hope
show.
so. Or at least fan fiction we can read. Chandra, see if you can find some Eureka's Castle / fiction, please.
Yes, I'm sure it's out there. So, I done goofed. What I did is, and this is kind of a goof. This is a combination of a goof and a combination of me just testing the waters, just testing the SoundCloud waters, just to see if anybody has been missing the episodes that I have not been posting on SoundCloud. Because this is what I did. I said to myself, you know what? Posting these on SoundCloud sure is a fucking pain in the ass to do. This interface isn't super great. And we're thinking about maybe not re-upping the SoundCloud premium next go round. Let's just not upload any episodes and see if anyone notices. Well, someone fucking noticed. Former Master of Coin, Ryan, noticed, and he sent a tweet saying, hey, what happened with the SoundCloud episodes? I know like 3 people who are upset that they can't listen to the episodes on SoundCloud anymore. At which point I was like, fucking fine. They'll be up there soonish. Look for them. So if anyone
You broke me soonish.
soonish, yeah. So what I did was after I got that, I uploaded 2, and I haven't uploaded any more. It's just a slow trickle.
SoundCloud is like your effort in gym in high school. Just the bare minimum.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just setting that bar as absolutely low as possible. So the second I done goofed is, and I knew this was going to happen the moment I started mentioning specific people who are members of the Final Fantasy 14 free company that I'm in, the Adam Levine fan club. I did forget to mention somebody. I forgot to mention Jordan, who is a co-host of the Stale Popcorn podcast. So that's like, we got so many podcasters in. Like, we're exclusively pretty much just podcasters and musicians in the Adam Levine fan club. So Tyler, this is just more gentle pressure for you to join us.
Gentle
all.
pressure.
Gentle pressure.
Gentle pressure.
Let me know when I get too hard for you.
No, you're never too hard for me. We've rolled that out long ago.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
Lord knows you tried.
Well, if you let me turn around in the shower, maybe I could make it happen. I think that's all I got, man. Other than saying over and over and over again, play this game, play this game, play this game. It's worth it. It's worth 99 cents. I love this so much that like, I was thinking on the way over here, I was like, is there some kind of like contest that I could like hold where it's just I'll buy you a copy of Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015 if you share this episode on Facebook. Because it's like I was like, well, how many people would actually do that? How many 99-cent purchases on Steam would I have to make? And it would be worth it, I feel like. If 400 people did it, all right. Well, here's $400. Everyone gets this great game, and we've got 400 shares for this episode.
Oh man.
But just for the record, I'm not doing that.
We'll wait for maybe in the Steam summer sale if it drops to like 10 cents.
It's a hot dime. But seriously, like that is how much I loved this. Where it was like other people have to play this. I have to share this with people. It felt like me in middle school when I played like Chrono Trigger, and it was like I have to expose people to this. This is like too great to not experience. So I'm totally there with Shower with Your Dad Simulator. So good. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Talking so much. I've talked so much.
It's good. It's good. I like it.
I'm feeling hoarse. I've talked so much. Plus, I stayed up all night playing Civ 5 with Josh Edwards, Time Lord Josh Edwards.
When I talked to you like at 2:30, just got up.
Yeah, you're like,
what did you do last night?
You're like, what time do you want to record? I was like, I don't know, man. I gotta first of all, I just woke up. I have to eat something, and I have to mow the yard, and then I'll tell you. Yeah, all night. Like I went to bed at 8 this morning. Because Josh Edwards and I were playing Civ after D&D. So it was just like I sat down at my computer at 10 o'clock and then got up at 8. And we didn't even finish our game.
Damn.
So good times. Thanks, Josh, for that. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would have to give this a pleasant beard that children love. So the white, fluffy beard of Kris Kringle.
Awesome. All right. I love this. I love that. I love that because that could be taken completely innocently. But on the other hand, even as a kid, I remember thinking what do I do if Santa tries to touch me?
I don't want to sit in his lap.
No.
I don't want to do
No.
it.
No. Yeah, like George from Seinfeld. I'm like, what if, I was like a little George, where it's like, what if I feel Santa's wiener? What do I do then? I can't go on with my life if I'm sitting in Santa's lap and I feel his wiener.
They could start a whole new chapter.
Is there mall Santa protocol? Did they give you a handbook when you become a mall Santa and it's like, look, you got to tuck that. You got to tape it down or something. Here's an athletic brace.
Here's your
just
Santa
tuck
suit.
it in.
Here's your jock strap.
Yeah. Whatever you do, make sure that thing is not out. Please. Do they have to sign liability?
I doubt it.
If you're
maybe at Macy's. Other than that, I doubt it.
I accept all responsibilities for sexual assault charges.
I don't think the Santa at Mike Miller Park in town has a strict protocol for their Santa.
Sign here, please.
You want to do it this year? Great. That's all we needed.
You have a face. Come on in.
You're fat. That's fine.
Yeah, that's not even... Man, I remember being a kid and seeing the skinny Santa. Oh, Santa spoilers, BT dubs. I'm sure you're listening to this with all your children.
Santa's not real.
What?
Oh, Dad, share with your dad simulator? Come on, son.
No, look. The Santas in the mall aren't real. But Santa's real. We've all seen the Santa Claus.
They might know Santa. We never
We
really
all know how it works. But nothing bummed me out more as a kid than a skinny Santa Claus. Because that was just okay. And I'm sure it bummed my parents out too, because as soon as they saw him, they were like,
"You're not even fucking trying."
Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking that, but that's very
true. Put a fucking
true.
pillow in there, you sack of shit.
Come on, man. Get your shit together. I bet your dick's not even tucked away. What I would always think, they must have been thinking oh, this is going to raise a lot of questions. This is going to be the longest car ride home. Mom, why was Santa so skinny? Is he sick?
Skinny Santa, or Scanta, as we like to call him.
That's a scantily clad Santa. That's the Santa in a Speedo. That's the Scanta.
Because I say skinny and Santa. Skinta? Nope. That isn't
Skenta. Ooh, yeah, that's a completely nude Santa. Oh, man. That's the next Shower with Your Dad Simulator mod. Should be just all Santa mods. It's the Christmas mod. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
First of all, I love you.
I love you.
Secondly, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would it be?
I'm trying to think, what's another pair of glasses that kids all love? I'd have to give this the glasses of one Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head.
Okay. Why? Childhood toy or?
Because my childhood toy and my parents got them down for Kenna, and she loves those glasses.
Really?
She tries to put on Mr. Potato Head's glasses.
Yeah.
She tries to put them on me. She puts them on other things.
Yeah.
She loves Mr. Potato Head glasses.
That's like a kid staple, I think. Because I remember doing that. Did you used to do that with Mr. Potato Head glasses?
Yep.
It's like, and no one teaches you that. Mm-mm. That's like ingrained in our human DNA, where it's like tiny pair of glasses that a toy wears. I gotta put them on. I gotta put them on.
They should not be on this potato. They should be on me.
Yeah, and on everybody but the potato. Also, second gene.
Because she'll chase around mom's dog. Abby, glasses.
There's also another hidden gene that's unlocked where you just try to cram everything you can inside a Mr. Potato Head butt flap. That's also
till it breaks off and is so difficult to put back on. I had a lot of assless potatoes.
Yeah, it just pops the hinges right off. Yeah, assless potato.
Assless potatoes.
Yeah, that's your first rap album title.
Oh man, do you want to take some calls?
Yeah, do we have time?
We have time.
It's gonna take me. We have a lot of calls, so it's gonna take me a while to pull them up.
Okay.
Do you have anything that you would like to talk about by yourself for a few seconds?
Do I, Tyler Wayne Holland, have anything that I consider pertinent to myself right now?
Yes, that's the question.
I think the audience might be interested in me ruminating on and then presenting.
Yes.
I don't see your thumb moving anymore.
Still loading.
Okay.
Very old phone. Very old phone. I'm not just trying to torture you. I am enjoying it, but I'm not trying to torture you.
A dog came up to my house this afternoon.
What?
And
Okay.
Kenna really liked the dog and
Yeah.
wanted to keep the dog.
That's good.
It had one milky eye, but it was looked like a nice golden retriever.
Yeah.
And
That
then
explains your new dog.
And then it ran away. So I didn't have to worry about it. That a good story?
That was pretty good. Did you name the dog?
Luke.
Luke?
Luke.
Like after Luke and Gilmore Girls, of course.
Yeah. Luke Dane also had one eye. Old milky one-eyed diner owner.
I didn't mention this, but not only did the dog have a milky eye, he had a hat he was wearing backwards that he rarely took off.
Representative is love Laura. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dog came up to me wearing a backwards baseball cap.
If I learned one thing from Gilmore Girls, it's don't ask my wife why Luke always wears a hat. Because I did not expect an answer, but she had one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, fuck. This thing is written so well, isn't
I'm
it?
so ready for that Netflix.
Yeah.
That Netflix series, man.
They're not doing
man.
it right, though, are they? Because it's not like a TV series. They're doing it as
It's like a short.
5 90-minute things or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Are you okay with that? How do you feel about that?
Any way I can get more Gilmore Girls, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I can imagine they might have had a longer series run again if the dad hadn't died.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because I have a little story. What is his name?
Herman. Oh, I can't remember.
Well,
I know it's not Monster, and I really want to say Herman Munster.
Munster. It wasn't Munster. I think it was Herman Monster.
Herman Monstar. He was also in Space Jam.
So either I look like him, or Henry just knows that is Lorelai's dad, because when he shows up in Gilmore Girls, he says "Daddy." And the first time he did it, I looked at Nikki and I was like, "Do I look like him?
You have something you want to tell me?"
You got some splaining to do, Nikki. What's up?"
I guess he always wears blazers, and I've seen you wear a lot of blazers.
Or maybe
That's where I would connect it.
Maybe glasses, because like in the intro, this is when he does it. In the intro, he loves the Gilmore Girls like theme song.
doesn't?
Like if he's playing,
If you lead, I will follow. Anywhere that you tell me to.
Do. That was so much worse than what we did. Show me that knife again.
Show me that knife.
Because that sounds great, but we just did with the Gilmore Girls. Like, we're going to get sued because it was so bad. So in that intro, like if it plays, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He will stop and look at the television screen.
Ken was the same way with the West Wing intro.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to try the West Wing intro at Henry and see what he does. But
And Parks and Recreation. She loves Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, he does it with Parks and Rec too.
Because she'll always, like, I didn't even notice there's a swing set. And she would always listen intently and then go, oh, a wee. This is what she calls wee. Swings. So
That's what you say when you're on a swing. It makes sense. The Comedy Central animated logo Henry loves when it comes up and it's like and starts rotating. He just like, it's like, whoa, I'm stimulated. But there's so Lorelei's dad, Herman Monster, in the intro when they like list the actor when they name the actor who we can't remember, he like takes his glasses off and we think that's why. Because Henry associates me with glasses. Like a guy with glasses is daddy. He's screwed when he's gonna shower with dads. Because any dad with a pair of glasses, he's gonna go up.
Edward Herman
Munster. We were close. All right. Guess what?
Yeah.
In the amount of time that we had that wonderful conversation,
5 minutes.
I was able to pull up some calls. Do you remember the last call that we took, Tyler?
Was it Zach? We played the first one.
It was a cliffhanger. So here, wrapping up, is Saint Zach. What's he saying? Please tell me if this comes up in the waveform.
Okay.
TADPOG Nation, Saint Zach here.
Yep.
First time I've ever been out of the country voluntarily, because the helicopter shop sends me to shitty places like Afghanistan and Korea. And
so many branches over there.
Sitting here in Vietnam and just wanted to call and tell you that this place is amazing.
God, I want to go there so
I
badly.
don't know if you know this, but $1 is like 22,000 Viet Dong.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not talking about a penis. I'm talking about a dong.
Oh, forget it then.
$1 in Vietnamese currency. But anyway, you can get a beer here for $1 US. I'm talking about a Heineken, guys. Like it's pretty amazing. And if you can't tell, I'm a little ripped right now. So I just wanted to call and tell you that Vietnam is a great place for you to vacation in.
Yep.
Go to North Vietnam. South Vietnam is too busy, too industrialized. But Old Vietnam is up in Hanoi. And the thing I wanted to really press upon you is and ask you about is, no matter where you go, because I've been in, 3 different countries now?
Anywhere that
everybody poops in airports the exact same way. Like, everybody makes the same sounds and has a terrible, terrible diarrhea in airports. But no matter where you go, everybody makes the same sounds with their assholes. Have you guys noticed this, or is it just me? I'm starting to...
What? People thought like this?
A little cultured after traveling, but... maybe I'm just the weird guy, and people do sound different wherever you go. But anyway, have fun, and Paylor bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Zach.
Nope. I think everybody sounds the same.
I've never really listened to asshole sounds. The only sounds that I'm familiar with that
Ramon's farts are a quarter different than mine, so it's very distinct. It's like a slight farting accent.
The only sounds that I recognize are go slowly or not in there.
Man, Vietnam is one of my dream vacations. That's where I've wanted to go there for years.
Really?
Yep.
We've talked about...
Ever since working at Asiatique and then listening to Anthony Bourdain's book talk about Vietnam, and then studied it in culinary school, like I've wanted to go there because the food is supposed to be so cheap and so amazing. And then I remember working, I think I've told this story before, I worked with a Vietnamese guy at HT.
That was his name.
Vietnamese guy.
It's Vietnamese.
Shit.
We got Caveman-y, Hookah. We got Vietnamese. It's Vietnamese. Mario. I don't know what Vietnamese Mario would be called. You might know.
He's all I remember out of speaking Vietnamese is Dong Mai's motherfucker. That's it. That's all I know. I got motherfucker.
Oh.
I got
Dong
called that
Mai.
a lot. Dong Mai.
So the name of their money followed by Mai.
Mother, yeah.
Dong. So money is Vietnamese mother.
So yeah, I guess
you
so.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. And Aki was the guy's name, And I remember another student that asked him, like, Key, have you ever had a three-way? No. Oh, that sucks, man. No, prostitute in Vietnam, very cheap. Always 5, 6-way, very cheap prostitutes.
Have I told you that like a dream of mine is to just save up money here in the United States and then move to like Vietnam
Yeah.
and just be like, I'm retired.
Internet's probably faster there, so it's fine.
I'm sure that it is. I'm sure that it is.
I didn't know that like the United States has
It's
like
some of the. It's like third world. internet.
world rates.
It really
yeah.
is third world internet.
Yep. Such the son of a bitch.
But you know what?
Like New York City is supposed to just be like
It's
the
horrible.
worst.
It's horrible.
And it makes no fucking sense.
I was gonna make some kind of like biting comment about. I was gonna make some biting political comment, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But I will say, man, it sure does suck that the internet here is set up the way that it is, and where it has to go through privately owned infrastructure. That's all I'm gonna say.
Not in Clarksville. It's a utility in Clarksville. I think that's awesome.
And some cities can do that, but it takes a lot.
Yeah.
And when they do that, their internet fucking rocks.
Yep.
So okay.
Google.
Anyway.
Most places, Google Fiber, you're our only hope.
Yeah. I'm sure Paducah's
Right on the
oh
list.
yeah, right at the
list.
top.
Although Google's putting in a big center in Clarksville, so we're not that far. So there's, cross our fingers. Cross our fingers.
Cross them there fingers. Cross them fingers, boy.
Cross them. Hope for the internet. Get that interwebs.
You about to sit on Skinta's lap, and you don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm just joking. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I just had this like really disgusting thought of like
Something, just a small sentence, just fucking you in the ass.
no, worse than that. Like just being held by a Santa like so long that like like when skin to skin contact is for so long that like it almost like forms this like
together.
this bond. Like just the thought of me like peeling myself off of a Santa Claus.
Half of it skin to skin contact, half of it that the crinkle of like the red velvet of the suit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just chafing. Oh, so you're inside the suit with him. You're trapped
Maybe.
inside.
He's put me in like a Joey in his kangaroo belly pouch.
Yes. We just wrote the next Saw movie. Is what we just wrote. The holiday Saw, or the Purge.
That's fine.
The
That's
holiday
also
Purge.
fine.
Would you like to take another call?
Yeah,
Tyler?
we can do
We're
another
okay
one.
on time.
Yep.
Here is a call. This is from 731. Google Translate starts out Tempo Tanisha. I think this is no, my bad. It's 757. Here we go. Looks like this is beloved Adam, our beloved Adam.
Yeah.
What up, TADPOG? It's Adam, your beloved Adam. Just finished the Home Improvement episode. I've never played it, but I own the instruction manual because I found it humorous at the time when I saw it in a box manual and opened it up, and that's what it said, and they were selling it for $1. So I bought it and thought it was kind of clever. But other than that, I have no idea about this game, and probably not going to invest the $18 to $20 to play it. I'll just take your word as gold and stay far from it. But this episode is a better episode than any to share something with you. So for some reason, I'm listening to your podcast through the podcast app on my iPhone, and
Pause it for a moment. I can't tell you how terrified I was that he was going to say SoundCloud.
I thought he was too.
Okay, sorry, Adam. I'm sorry. Here we go.
obviously I listened to all of them. And once you listen to one of them, it goes into a lower category for today, and then it finally deletes from your list because you've listened to it. And so I have my current list of ones that I'm about to listen to and the one that I'm listening to. Well, for the past probably, I would say 10 episodes that I've been listening, every time your podcast ends, in my mind, it would immediately just continue to the next podcast that's on the list. But for a little while, it didn't go anywhere. Like, it just stopped. And I'd have to go into the podcast app, hit the next one, and listen to it because I back-to-back these things. But there was this weird thing where it would just jump into the middle of a podcast. Right after, you know, you finished everything and the outro went, the stinger was done, it would just kick into the middle of of a podcast. The first time it happened, it was Cool World, or as I like to pronounce it, Cool World.
Cool.
Which, great episodes, whatever. I don't really care for the movie or the game, so I've listened to it. It's
What?
done. Not even in my list.
I'm outraged.
So, for one reason or another, it keeps going back to that one. Every single time your podcast ends, it picks up at the last word that it left off with the last time I said, stop listening to Cool World. I've deleted it from my list. I've unsubscribed and subscribed. It just keeps coming back. So eventually, hopefully, when I listen to the whole thing again, it just stops, or a cartoon comes and kills me. So, I don't know, man. I just figured I'd tell you guys about that, and, whatever. Love you.
We love you.
We love you too, Adam.
Yeah, I think podcast God is trying to tell you something. Gotta finish that episode. Gotta listen to it again.
You got to fuck a doodle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what God's trying to tell you.
That's true.
I think.
Or get killed by a doodle. It's fine.
One or
Whichever
the other.
one.
Either way, the road to that happening is definitely becoming a mall Santa. 100%.
I think that's pretty good.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes or Stitcher or SoundCloud, maybe. So don't miss the next episode. We're going to be starting.
Yeah, this is kind of a big. Yeah, this is a big announcement.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We've decided to use the list which Ruby Bear and Paul Kluel suggested. The
So
top-
achievement unlocked
yes,
for the TADPOG achievement.
yes. Who is the list from? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Okay, I can't remember.
It'll be in the show
We
notes.
should know
It's
it. It'll be
fine.
in the show notes. Look for it there.
We haven't had to say it out loud yet.
Yeah. So it's a good list, though. I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's the best list I've seen.
Yeah, me too. Paul, you did a wonderful job finding that. So we're going to be starting that, but you said sorta for a reason.
Yeah, the 25th ranked game is what, Madden 94?
Madden NFL 94
Yeah.
is the 25th game on this list.
And we've already done that.
We did it. We done did it.
Yeah. So I mean, unless the game is unless it's like Shadowrun Genesis and Shadowrun Nintendo, where it's a completely different
Completely
game,
different.
then we're going to do a different game. We'll see the differences in the Genesis version, and I'll check it out. But I know it's not going to be worth doing a whole episode about, so we'll mention it. But the bulk of the episode, we're instead going to rotate in another Genesis game, not on the list,
Right.
but one that we want to play and we've been sent.
Right. Which we plan on doing that every time we hit a game on this list that we've already covered on the SNES
Yeah,
list.
we'll just cycle a Genesis. Well, I wanted to say the name. It's another podcast. A Genesis gem.
Yes.
Into the rotation.
It's fine.
So-
We'll just take their identity. It's
Okay,
fine.
it's cool.
Right. I haven't asked them yet, but I'm sure they're
Yeah.
okay with that. I'm renaming the podcast.
Better Genesis gems is what we're going to rename ourselves.
They'll be in the show notes if you want to check them out.
Yeah. So we're going to do Poltergeist, which we were sent a long time ago. So
long ago that I honestly
Yeah.
cannot remember who sent it because it was so long ago. I'm going to desperately try to figure out who it was
Yeah.
because I want to give you credit.
or if you're still listening and hear this, let us know it was you that sent it.
Yes, absolutely. Because I want to give you credit for it. I feel really shitty that I can't remember. God, it really bothers me
Yeah.
that I can't remember.
We know who we think it is, but we're not certain.
Right.
So we don't want to say the wrong name.
So that game is Haunting.
Yeah.
With Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Haunting with Poltergeist.
He looks like the dinosaur from Dinosaurs, the Teenage Son, but
Yeah.
in a ghost form.
Robbie. It's
Yeah.
Ghost Robbie is what it is. It's Haunting starring Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Do you think we can get Josh on? Is it too late notice? Because Josh Nance has that game.
Yeah, probably it'd probably be fine. We'll find
we'll
out.
see.
You'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see Wednesday if he's here or
Surprise.
not. So check that out, please. And we still need those 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
Please. Well, we're stuck at 148. Want to get that 150? That'd be nice. So please go to iTunes. It's the biggest marketplace, so we need it.
You want to set a milestone for 150?
Sure.
What should it be? That I'll buy you Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015.
That's pretty good. There you go.
But
Whoever leaves the 150th review.
yeah, so hurry.
So no one's going to leave the 149th review.
Yeah, no. Okay, never mind. Scratch it. Not a contest. Sorry. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. Just how about you just do it for the show?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be cool.
So please go to iTunes, find TADPOG, subscribe, give the show a 5-star rating, write a review. So if there's a guest host you want for an episode, a game you want us to do, a Patreon request, include that in your 5-star written review. And we promise we will get to that eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about Haunting, starring Poltergeist. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. Hey, guess what? I'm going to have a link to the 25 best Genesis games by Digital Trends. That's a different list. Digital Trends. I was fortunate enough to have it up on my laptop still. That'll be a link in the show notes. Also, I'll have a list of the dad-related games that we're planning on playing for June.
Yeah.
If you want to get in and play those before we do, so maybe you'll enjoy our work more that way. That's always I feel like a good way to just front load our episodes where it's
good.
Hey, they already know what the game's about. We can just goof around for an
That's
hour.
true. You've played it. We don't need to talk about it.
That's what we're going to use. We're going to use that phrase a lot for these dad games. Oh, already.
You've done it.
You know
get
what
it.
Octodad's all about. So we're going to talk about Hot Pockets for the next 45 minutes. Hot Pockets versus Bagel Bites, Tyler. Where do you stand?
Bagel Bites.
Well, spoilers. We gotta save it.
I can't even do that. I can't even do that.
Have you seen the controller with a built-in Hot Pocket holder? The video game controller with the Hot Pocket holder, or you just you play it and you lift it up to your mouth and take a bite.
Oh man, that's like Russian roulette almost, because you don't know if you're gonna a hot spatter or just a cold rock to chip a tooth on.
It depends on the quality of your microwave, I hear. So yeah, check out the show notes.
Quality of the Hot Pocket.
Let's not blame the food, Tyler. We're in America. We never blame the food here. We blame the cheap Chinese engineering and not our food. You can also find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. Thank you for the comments, and let us know what you thought about this episode. Have you played Shower with Your Dad? When's the last time you showered with your dad?
Let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. We'd love to know. Also, if you want to share this episode, that's great. I won't buy you a copy of Shower with Your Dad, but I tell you what, this would be this.
You might do it.
I might. There's a possibility. I was thinking this,
Your share is awesome enough.
This would be the brilliant one to do that on, because it's this. I guarantee you, this is going to be an episode that people don't want to share because of the game. Because no one wants their gram to see them sharing some podcast where they're talking about showering with dads.
That's such a disadvantage to Facebook, because everybody it's just. Facebook is a family reunion now. You go as not yourself.
I know. Yeah, you're playing a part.
Yep.
You're acting. So if you'd like to share it anyway, we really would appreciate it. And along the lines of being ashamed of things, of being ashamed of sharing our episodes, for example, just a crazy example. We know you're not ashamed of us. The trailer for this game, for Shower with Your Dad Simulator, have you seen it?
No.
It is a music video parody of Power by Kanye West. And as it's playing as part of the trailer, Steam messages are popping up at the bottom right-hand corner of people chastising the person for playing the game. What the fuck? Seriously? You're playing this? Kill video games already. So, man, so good. I'll have a link to that trailer in the show notes as well. You can find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Hey, thanks for retweeting us. We really appreciate it, especially our episode announcements, because that helps spread the word. That also is the best means of communicating that we're behind on SoundCloud episodes.
Yep.
As Ryan found out, and I delivered 2 episodes. I'm gonna try to put more.
He didn't ask for all the episodes.
Yeah, just more. And I fulfilled that requirement. I'm gonna try to dole those out slowly.
Let's see if you want to send us anything. Because I think we have some packages en route, but we're currently out. We like doing those for intros. Hopefully you do too. So if you want to send us anything, a game, we're trying to get on those quicker, the stuff that were sent. So Please send anything to Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. We also have an Instagram. I need to be more active on there. So that is Tadpog_podcast. I try to take stuff from whatever the episode is and put them up there, or something I find funny. Usually something about religion also goes up there. So that's about it. How do you want to close this show? Or our theme song, Dave? Let's move this Sycamore Drive.
Yep.
That track we found in the show.
I know that. I don't know why you're telling me that. I know this.
I know. I feel like I have to do it every time. I don't know why. It's compulsive. It's OCD. I have to say it.
OCD legal reasons.
Yeah. How do you want to close the show out?
I would like to close this out as your favorite dad.
True.
Could be your own dad. We all know we're not going to choose our own dads, but your favorite.
You and I have had enough deep discussions that we know we're not going to choose our own dads.
No, I'm just kidding, Dad. My dad listens to this show. I love you. I'm going to do. Let's do our favorite TV dad.
Favorite TV dad. Okay. So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn.
Capricorn. I can't do an H. John Benjamin.
Oh no! I felt
Can't
like you
do
were.
it.
I felt like
Can't
you
do
were
it.
nailing it.
Burgers.
That was good.
There you
That
go.
was good. What? We hadn't started already?
Nope.
We're not going to release a 20-minute
That's
episode
just,
where
I talk about
I just talk about my shitty exercise routine where it's just like, yeah, I mean, I try to do this. I'm not good at it at all because I've never done it in my life. And
Welcome to the exercising Eeyores.
Yeah.
Where we both just sadly complain.
yeah, one day I woke up and I was 34 and I had no endurance, had no strength. Yeah. So I decided to try to do it and failed.
Being on top was just too hard.
No, I prefer that.